Well, good evening, everybody, or good afternoon. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're here for a big one tonight. Round 5 match in the Virtual 9-Ball World Championships of 2024. We have Cobra from the UK, brackets England, and Spectredawn likewise. Race to 19 starts at the top of the hour. I'm just going to do a quick tab. Just give me a second. Right, no sign of Steve yet. I see Rob's in the commentary booth. Rob's joining us. Well, this is going to be close to call, this match. And I've done a little check back. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Mooncake. Who did I see? Spud Boy, Bill. One Pocket Slim was there. I did a little check back on previous matches. Stefan's saying what happened to tournaments, 2.5 hours without any. So you need to take that out with red back, I believe. Yeah, I'll go into that little detail in a little minute or two once Steve arrives. I don't know that it shows anything specific, but these guys do meet up with one another quite a bit. Not always necessarily deep into tournaments, it just depends how the draw goes, but generally they're going to meet deep into a tournament one way or another, whether it be via the one-loss side or whatever. And this is yet another meeting between the two of them. Well, the biggest fear for both of them is that they've still got to play Albinario regardless what happens, you know, because that's the man to beat. Nowadays, he's got the best record in virtual pool, and he's tough to beat. We've seen the standard he's set, and the other bad news for these guys is his break's been working bloody good as well. Since New Year's Eve, special tournament. Well, somebody needs to get a hold of Redback because he's the one that sets him as far as I know. Welcome to Larry. Right, one more tab. Well, I still don't see Steve there. How far have we got? We've got about 2 minutes to go. Now, the other news is, while I've got it in the back of my mind, if we look at the bracket, not the bracket, the schedule, we see Larry's arranged his match with Bedhead on the one-loss side, and the handy thing for me is that's Wednesday night for me, so I'm off that day anyway, so there'll be no problems. I'll be there for that one. And then, of course, this is the one that we're doing tonight. And of course, the other thing is that the tournament's pretty much getting there. Now, there was a result earlier on today, I should mention. That was the one between MC Clarkey and where the hell's it gone to? Aye, there it is. MC Clarkey and Acero. And Matt won that 13-11. So, I thought that'd be a reasonably close match if Acero was on his game. But Acero's run his course. Matt marches on. And again, the bad news for Matt is he's got the semi-pro to overcome. And likewise for semi-pro, because Matt's not any sort of pushover. So everything's tough. There's nothing easy. No matter who you face now, you've got to step up to the plate. Simple as that, because you're going home on that one-loss side pretty rapidly if you don't. Right, now one more quick tab. Right, good afternoon, everybody. Whoever's there, I see 3 bodies in. Well, myself included. I forgot to count myself there.
You're the biggest body, I think.
Right. How long have we got? Right, I'm going to do this right now that Steve's here. In fact, tell a lie, I might not have time. I think the room's up. Let's get in. I'll do it in a second. Right, Cobra's in. Let's just, I wrote down a little stat from the last 3 big tournaments that these guys have met one another in. If you go back to 2022, they met in the 10-Ball World Championships in round 1. And Spectredawn took out Cobra 17-13 in that one. And then if you go to the 2023 9-ball World Championships, i.e. last year's version of this, Spectredawn got one up on Cobra. Cobra got one up on that one. He beat Spec 19-13. And then if you go to the most recent, which is the 2023 10-ball World Championship, that was the one that Cobra got. Spectre got to the final. Then he took out Cobra then by 17 racks to 13. So Cobra's got the upper hand over. Spectredawn's got the upper hand over Cobra at the moment. I don't know whether that's any pattern. But
well, I think it's going to be a close match. I think it's important for players to know that they can lose. That puts a lot more pressure on you. When you don't think you're going to lose to a guy, it's kind of easy to relax. When you know the guy can beat you, you might make a extra mistake or two.
Larry says Acero made 3 balls and 11 breaks.
Yeah, well, that's not going to get it done.
That's terrible. The surprise is he still won 11 racks. So,
yeah. Well, my guess is that Matt didn't play wonderful. I watched some of the match.
Yeah, Matt must have been giving them a few. Oh, I'm going to say hello to Cobra. He said hello to me, so I'll say hello to him. In fact, there's Spectre arrived, so here we go.
Matt did give up several racks where he missed shots at key times. Acero got out.
I don't think Cobra's saying hello to you.
No, he says hi, everyone. So that includes me, I presume. But is he saying hello to everybody else and not me?
I think so.
Right, anyway. Here we go.
This should be a good match. The question is who's going to break good and who's going to miss balls. And right off the bat, Spectredawn does dry break. I think this is a good one because it's not an easy rack here. It's kind of a tough rack to start off with. There's a lot of balls clustered together. I mean, it's a doable rack, but like right off the bat, this shot could be messed up. And he plays it very safe. Now what's he going to do? Is he going to run into the 7 or run into the 6 or try to go between the 9 and the 7? What's his plan? Yeah, the plan was to run into the 6 and he missed the ball.
That was too touchy.
It was it's all doable, but it was a tough rack to start out with. That's kind of not what you want. Your first table is to get a table where you have a lot of precision shots and you're putting English on it, and that's especially if you're not a fast starter.
4 balls nailed up as well now, so that's not going anywhere fast. Of course it goes into the side, but of course it's by no means easy to get near it. Well, he might have a chance here though. Now,
he's got a perfect angle.
You can bump that 7.
That's what you really want to do. You could try going behind and running the 9. If you hit it with enough speed, you'll have a shot. But I would try to bump the 7. That's safer. And he tries to bump the 6-4, and that's really not a great way to do it because you end up with this. But he's still in control. I mean, as long as you're in control, you can play safe.
Well, I think the 9 balls in the way of pushing this out the way so he can lock him up. What's he trying here? Is he trying to bump something off the 9? What's he doing?
Well, he could shoot the combo. I mean, you can shoot this combo.
No, he's trying to duck.
That's a terrible safety.
Yeah, that's terrible because he's going to be in trouble in a minute.
Well, he had the 6 and 7 there. I mean, he's going to pay for that. On these kind of shots, you got to make sure you don't make the 4 ball.
Oh, hang on a minute. Is this opening out? Oh dear, that's even worse. That's even worse from Cobra. Although he stuck it to the rail.
Yeah, and there was a good chance he's going to make the 4 ball. I mean, Yeah, well, we've seen 2 bad safeties in a row. And I don't think either one of them were particularly tough. I mean, it's never guaranteed, but well, some of them are guaranteed. I don't think those were, but they were very high percentage you're going to get a snooker.
Well, this wants to go inside, doesn't it? Does he dare do anything? See, it had to go inside, and he's hit it hard enough, and he's knocked a 5 in. So one tough 6 ball in good position, and he's out.
Yeah, I think he needs to put a little left English on this so he doesn't get on top of the 7.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs a lot, but I'd put a little just to give him a little more room, because otherwise it's coming right next to the 7. I don't think he'll hit it, but it will be so close it'll be hard to get the speed.
Well, you see, he knew that, Steve. That's why he started, jacking up and stunning it in, and well, that's it going this time. Got to be.
I probably would just hit that with a little English, which wasn't gonna. It was still going to be speed sensitive. The cue ball was still going to be pretty close to the 7, but easier to control the speed when you're rolling it than when you jack up and stab it.
Oh, by the way, now that I read the chat, I forgot to say that to Mooncake. The voices you hear in the commentary box was Run Out Rob. You've got Steve, and you've got yours truly.
Well, we all know what you sound like.
Oh yeah.
And I think
you're
everybody knows
damn
what I
right.
sound
You know,
like.
you're damn right. You know what I sound like.
Well, that was a pretty crazy first rack.
Yeah, a bit scrappy. This 2 ball on the side, 1 ball. Oh, that's like the partner of the Red Sea there, I think.
Yeah,
it's tight.
He can roll forward and get on the 3, so he doesn't have to hit this hard. Roll forward to shoot the 3 in the side.
Yeah, there's loads of jaw there to play this 1 ball off.
Yeah, if the roll forward so the cue ball runs into the 6 or close to it, because that'll give you a pretty straight shot on the 3. He didn't get quite there. I think, well, yeah, the 4 goes by the 5. He's okay there.
No,
he can just roll this and shoot the 4.
He's going to brush past it, is he? Yeah.
Well, he'll have a little angle on it. If he won't be straight in.
Yeah, he's
well, actually, he did get straight in. He's got a little angle. Not too bad. So it's looking like Cobra's going to be up 2-0 here. I think the thing you always got to be somewhat concerned about when you play somebody like a Spectredawn is that if he breaks well, I mean, the guy's capable of running 6-8 racks in a row. Yeah. And that makes him a difficult opponent because if he gets down a few games, he's not out of it.
No, the other thing Cobra knows is he Spectredawn's going to get his turn at some point, whether it be sooner or later, it will happen. But it's not, on another day it might not necessarily be Spectredawn's breaking and running day. So that's all Cobra has to hope for. Because if it is, it's going to be a hard task to beat him. He's going to have to beat him at his own game, and get his own break working good.
Well, the problem with playing a guy with his skill set that breaks well is he's going to run out a lot from the break on good tables. The thing that will slow him down is getting clustered tables or not breaking well, because the moving game is his weakness. So if he doesn't have to get into the moving game much, that makes him difficult to beat. Because I don't know about what you guys think, but does anybody think that Cobra runs out as good as Spectredawn?
No. I would say that Spectredawn gets an awful lot of practice in Friday night 9-ball dealing with awkward tables where there are, clustered balls and finding his way out, and he's pretty successful at it. When you think about Cobra doesn't really play any other tournaments but the big tournaments, you know, so you don't get to see Cobra that often unless you're in a challenge room watching them. So in a match play situation, then you'd have to say that Spectredawn's got the advantage as far as that goes. But then again, you know.
Well, I'm going to say in general, this playing pool, it just depends on what day it is and how they're hitting the ball that day.
Yeah, I mean, we all know what happens in this. You know, dry break. It doesn't matter how good a player you are and how good you are at running tables. If the break ain't happening for you, it doesn't matter who you are. But then again, there are players who will deal with problem situations, and Spectredawn's had a lot of practice at that in recent times.
Yeah, I remember Oscar was playing Carl Boyce for 10,000, and I took 1,000 of the action, and Carl Boyce runs out better than Oscar, but Oscar moves way better than Carl Boyce, and so it's kind of a similar thing, and I ended up losing my 1,000. It was a match Oscar could have won. They were playing best of 3, race to 15, and Oscar was up 13-11 in the first set, got ball in hand twice, and couldn't win the set. You guys probably know Carl's Boys, being in the UK.
He's from the UK. He does commentary now.
He does well, he's still playing some. He's been playing pretty good lately. He's a guy that, believe me, the guy's got a high gear. I mean, that guy can play, but he hasn't won a lot of tournaments, and I'm not sure why, but he does have a very high gear.
Well, Cobra's going to have a high gear here because he might not be necessarily playing to get very good on this 6 ball because the 9 ball's in the way for the start. I mean, the angle's not great, I don't think. As you're looking at the cut onto this 8, yeah, that's about all he can do. Is just come across and try and get as far over as he can.
That's a good shot because this is a pretty easy combo. I mean, all he's got to really do is cut the 6 ball down the rail. The only way I think he can miss this is if he hits it too thick.
Well,
just like that.
Yeah.
He hit it too thick.
Well, this cue ball needs to keep rolling if he's got away with it, but he hasn't.
Yeah. Yep, that was the only way he could miss it. He could overcut the 6, but he couldn't hit it thick.
Well, let's just say that Cobra's given Spectredawn his chance early on here. Cobra just with a 2-0 lead, so provided Spectre can do the business here, we'll get to see how his break's working.
So, semi-pro, you played Cobra in real life? Well, that's interesting.
So this could be Cobra's biggest nightmare just about to happen. Let's see how it goes.
Well, you're not going to win all the games, and I mean, you hate to give up that one, but I'm just kind of surprised that he ended up hitting it thick, because if you would have gone down and looked at that shot, it was pretty obvious that you could get away over cutting it but not hitting it thick.
Good evening to Joseph. Well, Spectredawn has come up dry, just exactly what Cobra wanted, and he's left him a cut in the 1.
Yeah, well, this is his second dry break. I think he's 2 for 2 now.
Yeah.
Joseph Travis. Howdy, Joseph Travis. Somebody knows who that is. I don't.
Yeah, because he's Travis with the numbers after it in the lobby. Welcome to Mark.
Yeah, hi Mark.
I want some Hugh playing real life pool videos. The only real life pool I played was the pub table pool. That's where I started before I went up the stairs to the snooker hall many moons ago.
I've never played on a pub table ever.
Well, Steve, see, I mean, to actually put you next to a pub table, the scale would be incomprehensible. I mean, first of all, your head would be 3.5 feet above the lampshade. You wouldn't be able to shoot a shot.
Yeah, I only tried once. When I was in London, I had some spare time, and I went into a pub, and there were some local guys in there, and it wasn't the greatest part of town. And
no, it wouldn't be.
they were not very friendly. Let's put it that way. So I decided I wasn't playing. But I never got a chance to play Steve Dakin. I played pool with Steve Dakin, but when he came here, but I never got a chance to play with him on the pub table.
Well, I wouldn't imagine that you would have got many shots if you did. Let's put it that way. I think Steve Dakin would make mincemeat of a pub table.
Well, I mean, you know, I think for me, I'd play okay. The biggest thing would be getting used to the cue ball being light, and that would be the biggest adaptation. But I don't think I'd have any problem playing on a pub table.
There's a mistake.
Yeah, ball in hand. So, well, here's a table that Cobra's going to run out on every day of the week. He's never going to fail here.
Oh, don't commentate or curse him.
There you go. Welcome to Pop, man.
Right off the bat, it gets a little funny.
Don't particularly like the way Spectre shot that ball at the 2-ball.
Well, he's got to avoid that 9-ball now, hasn't he? Unless he wants to bump the 9 and cut the 4 in.
He could roll in the gap here if he wants.
How far? Let's have a look at the angle he's got. I know he's got a lot more. He's never going near the 9-ball. He's nowhere near it.
I would go 3 rails. He's not going to. He's just going to roll it.
He has stayed inside.
And that's showing, you know, not super confident on the line or being able to manipulate the line. The natural line, you know, you were potentially getting too high on the 4-ball.
He's just going to play this back down the table into the other corner because I didn't think he was going to stun that or risk doing anything like that. He's just going to bail out and take the easiest route he can get.
Well, I think that's a good attribute. If you watch pros play, they a lot of times will take the guaranteed position and they don't want to take a chance on hooking themselves. That said, I mean, in real life, those long shots are harder than in VP. So VP, you know, you're going to shade a little more towards leaving yourself those long shots.
Is that a cowboy snake in his profile picture? You just use that AI. There's AI programs online. You can use them to make photographs.
Yeah, he probably did it using DALL-E or something like that. There's DALL-E, there's Midjourney. Those are the 2 best ones. There's a bunch of them.
Well, ball has gone. And, that's just opened up nicely on the 1. But this is a good table. He's out here as well.
Well, this is the way Cobra can keep Spectredawn from breaking and running out, is if he's doing it.
I say he's out here as long as he doesn't let this cue ball run loose and hook behind the 8 and keep running up the table. He's not going to do that, is he?
No, this is the ball. He just roll this.
Yeah, but he wants to open this 2-ball up a little bit. He doesn't want to have an awkward cut.
Yeah.
So he's got to get there.
He's down on the cue ball. I don't like this. I would just roll this. I put a Q-tip above center and just roll it.
I think he's worried about the 8-ball as well. You see, that's why he's made sure he's not heading that direction. But I mean, that's a better cut than it would have been.
I think you know, in real life, you tend to stay away from some of those roll shots just because your stroke's not as accurate, easy. But in VP, it is.
Well, here's another problem. This 7-ball's playing in his mind, and he's just making sure he's got there. That's perfect.
He's got the best draw control I've seen on VP. So those kind of draw stun shots, he's gonna be good on his speed.
Welcome to Fast Eddie. Well, I think this is a case, as far as I'm concerned, this is a case of make hay while the sun shines as far as Cobra goes, because he's, you know, that dry break that Spectredawn has given him this opportunity, and he has to make the most he can get while he can, because I just feel that sooner or later Spectredawn's going to kick into gear and going to come at him. How much it's going to be, we don't know yet, but you just get the feeling, I mean, you see it time and time again. He'll get the break and then it will start to roll. So he's got to weather the storm.
Yeah, you got to figure this is going to be a pretty close match.
Oh, well, as I say, the previous 3 big meetings have been fairly close. You know, 3-4 racks between them, I think.
But so far, the difference in the match is 2 dry breaks by Spectredawn and a bad kick.
Yeah, he's annoyed at that because he's left himself short. Okay, he should never miss the 7. He's going to run over now. He's got to stay away from that 9 ball, though, if he just opens this out and lets it run.
Yeah, you can just roll this. I would be rolling this all day.
Yeah, he's fine. He's got the pace right. But you see how much, another 3 or 4 inches running in that cue ball and he was dead.
Yeah.
So, you know, he got it right.
But that's the kind of shot that's easy to control the speed on. You know, when you're juicing up the ball with a bunch of spin, it's tough. When you're rolling it, that's the best situation.
And welcome to WizKid.
Yeah, how did WizKid?
Wow, Cobra with a 4-1 lead. Again, backup after backup. He's looking for the ball in a shot. On you go, the usual thing. A 6 ball on the side. And that 4 ball's just going to annoy him. Now, this is a test of your mouse control and how comfortable you are. You just nail this cue ball to the 4. This is dead easy. Dead easy. And you're gonna drop on the right side of the 4 unless you fancy playing the combo. He's had a look at it. Well, he's made his choice. No, he hasn't. He's ducking, heading to the long grass, trying to get it behind the 3. Oh, perfect. Nailed him on it. And, you know, Spectredawn decided he ain't going to mess about. He's just going to give the deliberate foul. Now, I think Spectredawn should have maybe thought about that a wee bit more. The reason I'm saying that is because Cobra could stick him in 3 fouls here easily. And he's not got close enough. That cue ball should have been nailed to the 4 there. Now this is quite a big target, this 1 ball, because you can go to the rail obviously and kick it rather than just going direct to it, so it's quite a margin of error on it. Just like that. And of course it's ball in hand again.
That's no good, yeah.
And he's on 2 fouls.
So now, how do you get him? How do you get him on 3 though? This is.
Well, the good news is you're close to a ball, so.
Let's have a look. What would I do here?
He's going to try to. I would try to put him on the 8 ball. See, I don't like that. I would have tried to put him on the back of the 8 ball because it'd be tougher. I mean, this isn't bad, but it could have been better if he went to the back of the 8 ball.
Well, I think the 4 ball actually might be the sort of the guard here, because I think that's blocking the line. No, it isn't. That was well played. Oh, and he's fluked to 2. So now we're back to square 1 now. Who's going to win the safety battle? Well, I think that might be a big mistake by Spectredawn. I don't know that was the best shot he's ever played, because I suppose he might be putting the bait out for Cobra. You know, the 3 ball is not easy to get to considering where the cue ball is at the moment, but the bank is certainly on. Is he going to? He's got to try and run this cue ball though. If he's deciding against it, he's going to hang off.
All right, guys. I'm going to post a link. What I want you to do is watch the very first shot of this match.
I never noticed anything. What did I miss there? Spectredawn didn't realise it was a foul from Cobra there.
Oh, I wasn't.
Did he?
I wasn't watching. I was getting that.
Oh,
link.
I was watching and I missed it. No. Now Larry says Spectre was confused. Now we're all. Well, I'm confused even more, and Popman's confused. Now I don't know what's happening. Somebody tell me, or I'm going to have nightmares.
So the reason I posted that link was because you know how I'm always saying guys should have played safe there, guys should have played safe there. Robbie Capito plays a safe that I would have never played. I would have shot this every time. And it just shows you how the pros think.
You want the bad news, Steve? I don't think links work in YouTube. I think I've got them switched off because of the pod links.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think you just wasted your time there. Now, what might be a good idea might be to post it into the lobby.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll post in the lobby right now if anybody wants to see it. But it's a phenomenal safe. But that he makes that safety look not that hard. That safety was super difficult to play. I would have shot that ball every time.
Right. Now, this is again too heavy by Cobra. Spectredawn, I should say. So the 3 ball can certainly be got at, but it's a bit tight getting it past that 8.
Well, this you just kick the one down table like that. That's perfect.
And he's got the
You
cover.
couldn't have hit it any better than that. And yeah, it did matter how much of that one ball hit, and he came up just slightly short of full, and that's why the cue ball came back the way it did and ran into the 4.
Would you not be better going before? I think the side pocket's in the line here. You watch the cue ball. If it hits the back of that, could scratch.
That was pretty lucky. Although I don't think it's going to do him a lot of good. Although this combo's not hard. I think part of the choice in what rail you're going to kick off and how many rails to go, it's not just if you're always making that choice based on what's easiest to hit the ball, you're not doing it right. You got to be looking at which path gives me the best chance of getting safe. I mean, obviously, if one of them is a super difficult hit that has a better chance, and one of them is easy that doesn't, you might take the easy one.
Well, he can certainly cut it.
Yeah, this is... The question is he going to hit the 5? I think he will, but he may not get much of it. And speed's an issue here. You really won't. Yeah, this is a little touchy. The harder you hit this, the more 5 you're going to get.
I think he's got to hit this hard. You know why? Because he could end up behind the 9 if he doesn't get this right.
Well, you hit it hard and hope you don't scratch.
Yeah, he's hit it hard.
See how it's going towards the corner?
Yeah.
That was a problem with hitting it hard. There was a potential
He just
scratch
caught a little brush. A little brush in the 5 ball there. Welcome to Brainful Out. Well, it wasn't a glorious day up here. It was muggy and it threatened to rain. We had a spit or 2 of rain. There was no thunderstorm. Certainly not where I am. Although it was in the forecast.
Yeah, well, a glorious day in Scotland is light rain.
Yeah. Well, it was muggy. I think we got to 70 degrees today, which is a good summer's day in Scotland. That's perfect. You don't need any of this crazy heat. Yeah, that wasn't a great Old Firm game either. I watched that yesterday. That wasn't the best I've ever watched. So, Spectredawn now, from that 4-1 deficit, has a chat. Now, what did we say? These had 2 dry breaks. Well, here he goes, 3rd time lucky. And there we go again. Who would have thought? Who would have thought this?
He keeps doing this. He's not going to win. He can't win breaking like this.
I don't know what it is, brain pull out, but when you tell me you've been camping all weekend, I just imagine, you know, carry on camping. That's all. That, you know, that's that's what it just brings to mind.
Oh,
well, there's a fluke.
I don't know that he can hit the one though. That's tight.
Oh yeah, I think yes, he can get it. But
yeah, I think
he might actually be hooked. He's got to slam this, and he might actually follow it in. I don't think he can do much at all with this shot.
I think you'd almost have to put draw on it because with the 5 ballers, you'd have to jack up, and he's right against the rail. I mean,
this is horrible.
He's basically screwed here.
Yeah.
Boy, this is not good at all.
You know, if you're giving this every chance to go in, you're rolling the cue ball to the 1, but you ain't getting out of there. I think he's going to tie something up. I think he's got to tie something up. Yeah.
I think that's smart. The problem with rolling it is that if you just rolled it soft, you still ended up hooked on the 5 probably. So let's see what he decides to do here. He's obviously going to draw this.
Oh, it needs to roll. It needs to roll, or it needs to stop. One of the two.
I think he's okay here.
Yeah.
He's going to get a lot of this 9 ball. So the question is, can he avoid the 4 and the 7? You know, he's got to make a choice of whether he wants to try to spin this more or less, inside or outside English here.
You don't think I haven't looked at his break, Larry? We'll have a look at it if he wins this rack and see what he's doing.
Actually, I think straight on's pretty good. It'll go between the 4 and the rail, I think. It's always a little tricky judging how it's going to come off a ball like the 9 ball. But I think it'll go between the 4 and the rail if he just hits it straight. A lot of it depends on how much of the 2 ball you take, unfortunately. And he's not going to even mess with it.
Well, he didn't fancy it.
That's not a bad choice.
I'm just going to spam the lobby.
If this was me, I'd probably shoot the combo. Play a 2-way shot, try to shoot the combo and get the cue ball safe. You've got the 6, you've got the 4, you got the 7. Shoot the combo and come back around down here. And he does that. And he's going to get safe, I think.
Oh, he's going round the corner.
Yep.
Well,
yeah, I think he shot the right shot.
Well, I think what you do here is I think the best thing you do here is you hit this so that you're just banking the 2 up the table, because you don't want to send the 2 ball to the top end of the table, make it easy for Spectredawn just to cut the 2 onto the 9.
But if you try to play the 2-9 and you hit it with speed, it's not going to stay there.
Well, he just blasted it, and he might get away with this. And then again, he might not.
I would have blasted the 2 at the 9 just because it's not going to stay there, and you might make the 9.
Well, what I was saying is that if he'd kicked that, see where the 2 ball is at the moment. If that was the 2 ball over at the sort of middle diamond, then he'd have got away with it by just sort of kicking it up at a dead weight pace. At least I suppose, you know.
He blasted the wrong one.
Yeah.
That one should have been the controlled one, and the kick at the 9 should have been the blast.
Well, maybe Spectredawn's going to regret the. Well, we all know that 2 ball cut. For some reason, he decided he wasn't going to try and get out from there, but he might regret it. Well, he will regret it because he's just given up the table to Cobra again.
Yeah, I would have shot the 2, but
as you said, he maybe had the same doubt in his mind. You know, if he was going to be taking some of that 9 ball and couldn't guarantee he was going to get good shape, but you know, most of these guys, whenever they have a sniff of a pot to stay at the table and keep running, they'll go for it. So it was strange that Spectre declined it.
thing is, if he ran into the 4 ball, he was going to be going with enough speed they'd separate. So chances were he wasn't going to hook himself. He may not have a good shot on the 3, but he wouldn't be hooked, which is what you really need to avoid. And this is looking like 6-2. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't get a much better table.
Cobra can't get himself going, but as Larry said, Larry doesn't think he's using a cut break at all. So we might not, it might be a while before we see him try to use doing whatever he's doing in his break. The way it's going at the moment.
Well, so far Cobra's winning the moving game, and Spectredawn's not making balls on the break, and that's good for Cobra and bad for Spectre.
Dead straight, so just it's the old VP4 escape route.
I think he'll just shoot
just
it down
going to roll
table.
it through. Yeah, he's just going to roll it through. He could have done with just rolling a wee bit more, but he's fine. Just to straighten up a wee bit. He's okay. Well, now that you mentioned that, Slim, where the hell were you yesterday?
Well,
even if you turned up yesterday, Slim, there was no other guys in the lobby going to play the doubles anyway. But yes, we are reigning 9-ball Scottish doubles champions and 8-ball whatever the hell World Rules tournament it is. I don't know, but we are the reigning doubles champion. Nobody's trying to take our crown. Mind you, there only ever is 2 teams in it on a Saturday, and the Monday night 9-ball. Now, I always imagined when VP4 started and we heard we'd be able to play doubles, I thought everybody would be up for it. You've got guys that have played Virtual Pool 4 since 2000, whenever it launched, and they've never played a game of doubles.
Yeah, doubles is fun. I like doubles.
You've got Cobra and Spectredawn. They've never been near a room with doubles in it. None of them are interested. I find that bizarre. I find it strange that
Why don't you suggest they become partners?
Oh no, they're not interested. I've even asked Stubb to be a partner, and he's another one. They're only self-centered people that aren't interested in doubles. They don't socialise at all.
Some people don't like it because they feel like, if they play bad, they're letting their teammate down.
I don't know. It's never bothered me.
It's because you have no conscience.
I have no conscience whatsoever. I've let Slim down plenty of times.
Well, that's what makes good doubles partners.
Yeah,
I've played a lot of doubles, and I have absolutely no conscience. And that's why I'm a good doubles partner.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If you leave your partner in the shit, let them deal with it. That's part of the test. And we have plenty of that when we're playing cowboy doubles. I mean, I've left. How many times have I left somebody high and dry with absolutely no shot or something that's nigh on impossible? I do every time.
Me and a buddy of mine, we won the first 4 places in the tournament because it got down to the end, the 2 semifinals matches, and I said to the other guys, "You guys want to play doubles against us for the whole 4 places?"
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy said, "We want a game on the wire." We gave it to him, and we just drilled him. So we got one. We split 1 through 4th money. Oh, this is a beautiful shot.
Oh, it's got the legs. It's not got the legs.
God, that was such a good shot.
Well, it's a little chink of daylight here for Spectredawn.
Yeah, I love that shot. I mean, that was a beautiful idea. I mean, that's showing he's getting a little more creative with his safety play. That was a great idea, and just didn't hit it hard enough. Well, I think he'll come straight down the table here.
Well,
oh.
Yeah, I don't think is he going to be taking any. No, you can chip that in and come away from the 9 ball.
It depends on how he hits it.
He's just got to get up into the table.
If he just rolls it, he's going to hit it.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
No, we're a little funny. He'll probably just take the long cut on it.
He might pot the 9 ball here if he was crazy enough.
I wouldn't start thinking about that, because you can also come off the back of the 9 ball and go in the corner bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll have to go up and down here. I mean, he could bunt it.
He might play this from the the diamond shot the side pocket here if he's going to be that crazy. On the left-hand side.
He'll go up. I think he'll go up and down. In real life, he'd go up and down on this every time. Even in VP, it seems like you would. We'll see.
With this angle here, he shouldn't be coming down on top of the 8 ball if he does go up and down.
Well, that depends on how much of the 6 he takes.
Oh, he needs to run. He needs to run. I think he's good.
Yeah, I mean, that shot's a little tricky because the amount of the 6 ball you take greatly affects the line of the cue ball.
Mm. So, how many times is this? Has he actually had a ball to break yet, Spectredawn? Let's have a look, because he's going to be breaking, obviously.
I don't think he has.
No, let's see.
I don't remember one.
He's leaving it a bit too long. Well,
he has not had a ball.
He's not really cutting it any great deal, but he has got a ball this time.
Well, he's got a ball. Is he going to have a shot? Oh, and he gets screwed by the little ticky of the 5 ball. No, that's a rotten. So that's when you think that everything's going against you, that the pool gods don't love you. I mean, when that kind of thing happens, you finally get a ball, and then he gets this. Okay, and what's worse is the way the 1 ball is.
This is horrible. Yeah, it's horrible for a push out. This, I mean, he's going to be scratching his head for his shot. You'd
have to think about pushing out to a jump shot over the 5 ball. If you got any jumping at all, you'd have to think about pushing out to this jump shot, because, you could kick it at now. You could push out to a different kick. You could push out to a jump. And this is a terrible push out.
That is absolutely awful. I mean, that is the... I mean, I've never seen anything as bad as that. Well, I've seen bad push out, but that's bad. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's just not the strength of Spectredawn's game. The more he has to move, the bigger disadvantage he is.
I mean, let's be honest. It'd have been better just go, kicking that from the long rail and try to kick the one in than doing that.
Yeah, that was crazy bad.
Right, so 5 ball comfortably past the 9. And he's not going to be playing a combo.
Well, getting behind isn't fatal in this type of thing, especially with winter break. But when you can't make a ball on the break, it could be fatal.
Well, that's certainly. I mean, okay, that was his first rack where he's had a ball, but then of course he doesn't get a shot. So when you've struggled to get a ball, then you get one, and then you're not getting any favours.
At the level these guys are at,
the
break shot's the most important shot they're going to shoot.
I stand corrected. Cobra decided to prove me wrong. He went for the combo. 7-3. Six ball, top left corner. 1 ball comes into play, and it's going to run away, I think.
And he just gets a beautiful spread too, but you can get this on the 3. It's a little touchy. A little bit of left English and kind of soft draw.
Well, this is an easy stopper. It's just judging the pace in the one ball so it doesn't come back into play.
I think you need to get a little left English on this. I mean, you don't have to, but I think it makes it easier. He decides to shoot the two-way shot, which isn't a terrible decision, but he didn't get the hook or the bank.
Well, this is... I mean, the one ball, we'll give him the one ball, but how is he going to get good in the two? That's my question.
Well, I think he probably could play the two on the side. I mean, you leave yourself a cut and then go multiple rails. That's easy to do. You know, trying to get where you can shoot the two past the seven's not so easy. I would just hit it up table. I'd go to the other long rail and bounce out. That's what he's going to do, but he's running or he's going to be shooting the two past the seven. And he got on it pretty good. Well, see if he's brave enough to hit this with speed to get out for the three.
Oh no, he's got to give this every chance to go past the seven to pot it and cheat the pocket. Yeah, no, he never judged that very good.
Yeah, that was. I think he's okay here.
I think you think he can pot this?
Yeah, he can pot it off the jaw. I think we're going to find out because I think that's what he's going to try.
Well, I think when you come further back, you can see there's a lot of jaw there. Yeah, a lot of jaw in that pocket.
Yeah, these pockets are pretty forgiving.
What is your favourite cue in VP4? The one that Steve gave me for nothing. That's my favourite cue. What one was it? Was it the veteran thing or something?
I don't remember which one I gave you. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a test in the queue purchases. So Steve bought it and I got it. So that's my best. That's my best cue. But I bought, in fact, I've bought and traded in shafts and stuff like that as well. I might have had all three jump cues at one time. Not jump cues, brake cues. And I think I traded in one of them. In fact, I traded in both of them. I think is it the Rainbow Breaker I've still got? I can't remember. Right, well, there is a bit of a crisis on here for Spectredawn in case he doesn't realise it. But it's going to be 8-3. But I'm telling you, mind my words, I think something's got to happen. I can't believe he's going to be this bad for the whole match, or at least Cobra's praying that he is. But from the evidence we've seen, you can't think he's going to be stuck like this where he's really struggling. But he can't do anything until he's got that ball.
There's another ball on the break and a nice break, and he's got a shot. And, you know, Cobra's breaking really well. When you break like this, you know, the game gets a lot easier.
Let's just say he's got to get in the two, and then we'll give him the rack.
If you can't run out of rack, it doesn't matter how you break. But if you run out all the time, it matters a lot.
Yeah, he's going to run out this rack. No, by the way, Coldest Fellow, just to pull you up, Nat, you know, that was a typical shot of somebody who isn't thinking about what they're doing, what you played today. When you had that long cut in the three ball, the first thing you should have done is dropped it in dead weight and kept the cue ball above the three, and then you would have two shot choices open to you. Because your next shot was a carom, so what you want to do is stay above that three ball, so you're looking at the other two balls up table. And you've got to do that. I mean, that's just a basic in Cowboy. That's numpty stuff in Cowboy, and you didn't do it. So you've got a lot to learn. Yeah, 5 minutes of that was enough for me.
Now, what I don't get is Spectredawn plays in Friday Night 9 Ball all the time, and it uses the same rack setup as this. So why isn't he better at braking? Is he just not on a bad streak now, or what's going on with him?
That is a question there, Steve. Have we got rack money on in here in this tournament? We have, aye, because it is in Friday Night 9 Ball.
Yeah, no, it's the same setup.
And you would assume
maybe it's.
Well, wait a minute. No, and it's also got the break box in Friday Night 9 Ball as well, so nothing's different.
Yeah, I thought it was the same setup.
Yeah.
But this has turned into a thrashing. I mean, it's not over yet, but Spectredawn better do something special here if he wants to get back in this.
Well, you see how the threat of Spectredawn is diminished straight away when this break isn't working, when he just can't get himself off and rolling. He's like a wee pussycat. So he is. There's no bite and no venom in him at all.
And here's why you got to be able to move, because you break like this, and that, now you got to play safe. And Cobra's been out moving him. Let's see what Cobra can come up with here.
Well, that's true. That is a point semi-pro. Although that doesn't help you much getting dry brakes. So
Cobra shot the right shot. I don't think he's going to come out good, but that was the correct shot. Spinning that to try to use the 9.7 I think he just he didn't hit it the right way. Let's just put it that way.
No. This cue ball.
You should be able to go between the 2 and 3 here. This is just kind of a touch, get the pass shot, a little bit of English, and spin it between the 2 3.
This is thin, though, isn't it? It's thin. Yeah, that's why I thought he was heading towards the 5. But he's okay,
he
though.
Hit it hard.
Well,
it's okay, except the 4 now.
That 4
goes.
It goes into the corner.
It goes in down table corner. I'm not. Does it go in the up table corner?
Yeah, I think
it will. It's tight. Yeah, it's tight.
I think it does go. Well, put it this way: we're about to find out. And if he was going to play that, you'd think he'd be checking this up to come up the middle of the table.
He is. He's got the view. He's got the view mode on, and he was looking at that, I'm sure.
Good evening. Welcome to Tam.
He decides to run into it.
Oh.
See, the problem with that play is that you don't know how it's going to come out, and he didn't hit it at all. And now, even if it does go, do you really want to have to shoot at this? And he's going to play a do-nothing safety. Is it going to get to the rail? Oh, it barely did. So Cobra's got choices here. He looks like he's going to try to put it on the 9.7. Yeah, this is a tricky little shot.
Oh, he's got that perfect because he's got the pace right. Well, the pace just overhit slightly.
Yeah, a little less or a little more speed.
Well,
that was a nice shot. Cobra's doing a lot of the right things, even when they don't succeed.
Here's a call on Spectredawn's bluff here. I've left you a dodgy cut. Can you come up with any alternative to this? Or I think he hasn't even got an alternative.
Yeah,
He's just going for it.
You can take the 4 ball down to the other end rail and try to use the 5. It's pretty natural. You just
That's the only option Spectredawn thought he had. Exactly that.
Well, the way he pots balls, that might have been his best option.
So, this is one way of, checking your braking and running capacity when you're 9-3 behind. You just got to hope to get started. He's waiting to get started, and that ain't happened.
Yeah, this will be what his 5th break, I think, and he's made 1 ball and he was hooked.
So you guys think that what table is it on Friday night? Is it the half times table, right? So we think that there's a big difference between those 2 tables and what Spectredawn's used to.
Actually, you guys are wrong, but you have the right idea, but you're wrong. I think that it's not the table. I think it's the balls.
Right.
I think the balls are different.
It's dry again. It's dry yet again. Well, this is probably the worst sequence of breaks that Spectredawn's had in a long time. And he's going to get practice at kicking again here as well.
Oh, boy, that would have been.
Now, that
was a mistake by Cobra. He ticked the ball, I think. Didn't he tick a ball somehow?
Well, that 4 ball has just blocked the up and down, but that would have made the up and down a lot easier, I think, if the 4 ball wasn't there. But he's going to have to go.
And this is Spectredawn. Hopefully he can kick good.
Oh, he's way off line.
And again, that's part of the moving game, being able to kick. Because Cobra gave him an opening there.
Larry says, do the balls go with the table or the room?
I believe they go with the table.
See, that's another feature that was missing from VP4. I think you should be able to choose the set of balls you want for each table. Give the customers what they want, that's what I say. Give them those options. Larry says he thinks he'd go with the room.
You might be right. I mean, I'm going by memory, and my memory isn't great in the first place, so you could be right. They may go with the room.
Right, so bump the 6, is it? I don't know. It looks as if he's heading towards the 6. No, he might come out behind the 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'd do if I was unsure about this.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute.
You went behind it, but the problem with going behind it is now he's like funny. Yeah. I think he can go to the long rail, shoot in the corner.
I think he got himself caught in 2 minds here. In the end, he's done neither. He's in a dodgy spot here.
Yeah. I mean, bumping the 6 can put it over on the rail, but it wasn't going to get on top of the 5 with the angle he had. And that's a nice shot there.
Yeah, well, I can't remember the last time I set a room other than me going in and just banging balls for 10 minutes. But I don't set rooms when there's other people playing. Yeah,
if you're going to try, Larry, use the hog pen, because that's the one with the balls that are really dirty and noticeable.
You know something? I think it might have been one of those brothers that developed Shooter's Pool that was in VP4 that went away and edited the balls and the tables and everything, and whatever the hell they did, it was beautiful. Remember, there was videos of it. They edited the balls. You had different ball sets that looked really good, and they edited the tables. The tables all looked great as well. I don't know what the hell they did, and I can't remember the guy's name that did it, but he had a video of it, and it looked really cool. And it might have been him. Right, here we go. Cobra to double figures. Well, there is a crisis on now, and it's as if like Spectredawn's been muted. You know, he's been muted in every sense of the word. And it's going to be really, really hard for him to get in this if he's not going to get enough attempts to do it, and B, if the break's just not going to happen. It's only going to go a matter of time before Cobra gets over the line.
Semi, did you think we thought you're getting a tattoo? I think Semi was thinking tattoo time.
I want to customize the balls so I have Stubbs' face on the balls. Brainflout, you want Stubbs' face on your ball? You walked into that one. Oh dear.
Okay, so they go to the table. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that the...
oh, nice little nudge.
I believe the balls in Beach House throw a little less than the balls in Hard Times. I believe that's the difference.
Well, now, what do you do here? Do you... Again, he's got himself... he's got himself far too straight in this 4 to give him many options. He might only be getting a. Well, he could be coming back to.
You can go forward or backward here, but you know he's going to play the bank, I guess.
Yeah.
He's in a position he could try a 2-way, but the shot on the 9's pretty crappy. I think he's just going to bank this and hold the cue ball right there and shoot the 6. Now it looks like he's rolling forward. He can hit this easy, maybe. There's 2 ways to shoot this. You fire it or you roll it. And, you know, there's not a lot in between. You're either going to fire this or roll it.
Is the 9 ball not going to hold you for a shot in the 6 anyway, no?
Well, you don't necessarily need to cut it.
Well, there you go.
If you fire it, you need to cut it. If you roll it, you don't need to.
Well, this is fiddly as well, because you want to roll this at a dead weight, but you don't want to end up an awkward line in this 7 ball.
Only problem is with that, Slim, is that the computer only understands stubbish.
Yeah, he's checked it up. I mean, that made that shot a lot more difficult than it was to actually pot it, but still put the English on it to stay away from the 7.
Oh, I could simulate weather. Problem is that anytime I do something like that, everybody's going to complain.
Right. Well, it's going to be rack number 5. When's it going to happen, Spectredawn?
Yeah, that's a big question. When is he going to start playing better?
Yeah, that sounds like the name of a porn film based on the Dirty Harry series, Dirty Larry. And again,
he's got a ball.
Andy's going to have the 1 ball.
He's got a shot.
Oh,
and
well,
it's a pretty good table. So hey.
Yeah. Well, here's object lesson number 1 in how to clear a table when they're all wide open.
So you know they used to do this thing where they'd take real movies and they'd make porn films and twist the real movie title.
Yeah, they would always twist it. Yeah.
My favorite one was Romancing the Bone.
Uh-oh. Look at this.
Remember that? I think it was Michael Douglas and Kathleen
Turner.
What's her name? The Romancing the Stone.
Kathleen Turner. Look at this though.
Yeah.
Look at this for a table that's you're running out.
This is like everything's going wrong for poor Spectredawn. I mean, he just cannot.
Oh, I thought he was going to float the 6.
Well, at least he left it where this is no kind of guaranteed thing. I'll be right back. My cat wants attention.
Crazy.
I got to give him attention before he pees someplace.
You're right enough, Larry. Crazy Larry, Dirty Mary. Yeah, I can't remember I think they were well known. It wasn't Ryan O'Neill or anybody like that, was it? You need to Google it, Larry, and tell me, because that'll annoy me the rest of the night now. Oh, or was the female part in it not a British actress? Aye, Peter Fonda. Now, who was the female lead? Because I've seen that fairly recently, that film. Aye, Peter Fonda, and I'm sure it was it not a female British actress in it? I could be wrong, but whenever I have. Yeah, I think it might be a British actress. I'll need to find that out before the night's out, because I won't be able to sleep. It'll annoy me. I'll just...
too late.
What the hell was she called? So
it's looking like.
Well, I gave Spectredawn the big build up there. He got a good break, got a ball, had a shot in the 1, everything was wide open, and the first thing he does is hook himself in the 2. And when you do things like that, you know it ain't going to be your night.
Well, that's a good name, Slim.
Oh, Barbarella with Jane Fonda. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't even have to act in that movie. She just act like she is in real life.
Duran Duran. That Irish actor was in it as well, and I can't remember his name, but I can see. Aye, Susan George, Larry. She's British. See, I remember things about films. You know, I don't remember much in great detail, but there's certain things stick in my mind. She was British. Yeah, she was a sort of blonde bombshell type in the 70s and that, but she maybe tried to make it in the States, and that was, I think, her only film, I think, in the States.
And Cobra's still rolling. Good break, and oh, that's a nasty little roll there.
I think he'll just chip the 8 in.
I think he can, billiard the 8 in.
Yeah, and the 2's going to be there or thereabouts. He's got no problem here.
Yeah, so it's looking like it's going to be 12-5. Everything's gone wrong for Spectre. He finally got a ball in and had a good shot, and he hooks himself.
Now, what was that film with? Was she not in the same film with Dustin Hoffman? The one where she gets raped? What was it called? And it's in a farmhouse or something in the UK. I'm trying to remember the film. It was kind of controversial at the time. What's it called? Straw Dogs. Was that it? I think that was it. I think she was in that film as well. Susan George.
Yeah, Slim. That's about Spectre feels about how Josh Filler felt yesterday, losing to Robbie Capito. Neither one played a good match. It went hill. Robbie won.
It's amazing how everything gets nullified for Spectredawn when his break isn't working. It's just amazing. And of course, he's not getting an awful lot of charity from Cobra either.
Well, you got to remember he's playing a guy that's real high speed, so that's when the break matters. If you're playing a guy that is good but isn't going to run out every time, then the break matters a lot less. Against Cobra, it's huge. And you got to give it to Cobra. I mean, he's played very well this match. It's not like Spectredawn's giving it to him. Cobra's taking it.
Well, there is still time.
I like seeing guys play good. I'd like to see Matt play a good match. I mean, he's kind of struggling along here, and I'd like to see him play a really good match. Yeah, no, he's not out of it. Anybody that can break and run a lot of racks is not out of it. But
he needs favors. He might have got one there though.
He may not even need favors. He just needs to break and run a 6-pack, and then he's back in it.
Well, he needs to come up with something decent here for a start.
This is tough. You almost have to play safe here because you can pot the 1. You can try to take the cue ball around the table and run into the 7 or 2. You could try to play short side, but the path right now for top right is going to come around and kind of run at the 7 or the 2. But if you're going to shoot, that's the shot. Otherwise, you would play safe here. And the safety would be up and down. He looks like he's shooting.
Yeah, he went all out.
But the thing is he didn't hit it hard enough. Well, I guess maybe he had to cut. He had to cut. He had to cut on the 2, so it was good enough.
Well, this hasn't finished too bad, I don't think. He's got away with it a little bit.
You can just roll up on the 6 here. I mean, this is a pretty easy safety. Take the 1, pass the 4, and roll up on top of the 6.
Well, let's see if Cobra can do it. Let's see if we can execute the shot. These are fairly easy.
Well, yeah, they're a little touchy when they're just distance. I
don't think that is. I mean, he would have to make the angle to get to the 6, and that's touchy to judge, rather than just doing a straight force follow onto it.
He's going to 3 rails, and I don't like this shot. Did he get it?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't get a hook, but he can't pocket the 1.
Yeah, the other problem is that Spectredawn can't get away from the 1 either.
Can he pocket the one off the 7? He
No,
might be
he
able
might.
to play the carom here.
He might
It's
be able
close.
to.
Yeah, it's close.
I think he's tight to the 6, but he might be able to get away with it if he twists this a
I,
wee bit.
I think if he twists it a little, he can make it off of the 7 ball.
Yep, he's going for it. Oh, wait a minute. He's going a more elaborate than that.
Yeah.
I think he's just took what he had there instead of jacking up. I don't think he needed to jack up a great deal.
I would have played the carom there. I thought it was a lot easier than the Basset shot.
Well, he might have got away with this again unless Cobra fancies the thin cut.
He's going to cut this in. This cut's not that hard, especially with inside English, because with inside English, it'll actually throw less if you're hitting hard enough.
Easy
and he didn't even put English on it. Or if he did, it wasn't very much. Yeah, Spec just keeps making mistake after mistake, and he's paying for it. I mean, Cobra played a bad safety, and then Spec just gave it right back to him.
Well, this is this is far too straight, and he's stuck to the rail, so he's going to have to.
You can jack up and pop this, just like that.
Needs to keep rolling.
And if you pop that up in the air, you can get it to like pop up on the rail and bounce out. That's a pretty cool move. If you get really straight in on a ball on the end rail and the other balls on the far end rail, you can jack up a little, pop it real hard, make the object ball, have the cue ball hop up in the air and come down on the nose of the rail and go right down the table to the other ball. It's a good shot to know.
Well, that was well played by Cobra. Pocket weight. Now, is he going across the table twice here, I would think? Unless he fancies holding this. Is it going to drop into the side?
Yeah, he's all good here. He's out. It's going to be 13-5.
Right, so he needs that angle on the 7, so he's coming back up for this 8. Now let's have a look at what the 8's sitting like. The 8's fine as long as he's high enough, and he should be there.
I didn't think there was any way this match was going to be a thrashing, but that's what it's turning into.
I mean, let's be honest. It could be a thrashing the other way round, exactly the same. If Cobra was struggling with the break, it could have exactly the same story.
Yeah, Spectredawn's going to have to wake up here real quick. Let's see if Cobra can avoid doing an Albie and kind of backing off with it now that he's got this big lead. See if he can keep the pedal down.
Right now, well,
he's going to have to push, and this is a tough push. So what I would do is I'd push it over by the 8 ball, and then when I get it back, I'd probably shoot the bank, shoot it in the corner by the 8 ball. And the reason why I do that is because there's no good safeties. So push to a shot. You don't have to worry about the guy playing safe where that 1 ball is. That's pretty hard. Yeah, and I don't like this as much. Now, there is a safety. You can play it thin on the left side of the 1 and go behind the 6-3.
Yeah, but the chances are if you don't get there, you're going to leave the 1 onto the 4 anyway. So
you're gonna. But this isn't a bad safe.
But it's quite a big target to get there, isn't it? I don't think that's got the legs. Has it? Is it going to spin?
Get there. Well,
that's well played. Very well played.
That's why I would have pushed it the other way, where you left the bank on the 8, because then that shot wasn't so available.
Well, this is 2 or 3 rails into the back of the 1, maybe.
Yeah, it's not hard to hit this, but getting safe's another story.
Well, he's got the thin edge.
Well, he didn't get safe, but he didn't give up a hanger either.
Now he can bank this and try and duck behind the 6 here. You've got to miss a double kiss though, I think. Has he got room to do that? Maybe not.
No, there's no way you're going to run into the 6. I don't think the bank is a terrible play if you're a real aggressive play, if you're good at banking, but it's certainly not a gimme bank.
No, there's not enough room to get there.
Yeah, I mean, you could hit the one thin on the left side with a lot of left English and spin it up table and try to use the 5. And if you don't get the hook, you know, you still got a bunch of balls sitting there that are probably going to block the 1. He decides to go straight across, which, you know, that's not bad. It's actually not bad.
Now, dead weight trying to brush past the 7.
Well, you weren't going to get past the 7, but he
yeah,
did pretty good.
finishing the you know, most of the other side of it to cover
Let's
the
see
1,
if he
which he's done pretty well.
decides to shoot this. I'd probably shoot this bank just because it's on. That's sort of a 2-0. I think he'll.
Well,
he could be sorry he did that. See what Spectredawn can come up with. Yeah.
Now, why didn't he?
That wasn't very good.
Could he not have bunted that 1 and played the combo into the 4 into the corner here? Could he not have bumped it off the rail and sent it down here? Maybe, I was thinking.
1 ball?
Well, I thought Cobra, not Cobra. I think Spectredawn had an opportunity there, maybe to go for that. But of course, that's being aggressive. But you know, he might be at the stage where he has to be aggressive now because the match is pretty much lost the way it is at the moment. He might have to be a bit more proactive.
That's not going to get there. And there we go.
That's a disaster.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do that. Let's just say that. He doesn't want to do that.
He's lost almost every safety battle. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are, but it's pretty one-sided as far as the moving game goes in this match.
Well, I reckon that he had one shot there where he could have played a two-way shot, maybe tried to get up by the 3 and 6 with the cue ball and bunt that 1 off the rail and play a bank onto the 4. He didn't do it. Cobra also had the chance to do the same thing, but he doesn't have to take this.
This is an interesting shot. He hit that really nice. You know, he kept the speed up. That's a shot a lot of people miss because they don't keep the speed up. Let's see how he plays this. The biggest problem is a titty. And he avoids the titty by drawing it. That was a nice shot.
At least he either stop or go.
He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. He can shoot in the corner. I mean, it was nice the way he got that out of there, and he controlled it pretty good. And it's looking like 14-5.
Well, this is Spectredawn's worst nightmare he's having in the tournament so far.
Yeah, well, I think it's a little different mentality when you play a guy like Cobra. You got to know that if he plays good, you have to know what you got to bring to the table to compete.
Yeah, and of course the best ammunition that Spectredawn has is the break and the running out that he does all too often, but that's really gone out the window.
I think Cobra is a slight favorite anytime he's playing Spectre right now. I think Spectre runs out a little better than Cobra does, but Cobra moves so much better, and you're going to have a lot of moving unless you're breaking great, you're going to be in a moving game. And that's just killed Spectre in this match.
Cobra, who knows? Cobra might be going for the highest racks run here to the finish line. But then again, that's just scuppered that then, because I think he's dry. Yeah, dry, and again, Cobra's pretty much got away with it, I think.
Yeah, if you're going to be dry, this is what you want. Yeah. So now the question is, what do you push to?
Well, look at the table again. You know, everything is wide open, and it's so important that Spectredawn comes up with something half decent here.
Yeah,
you're got to spend a bit of time thinking.
You're probably going to end up pushing to a kick. And that's no good. I mean that's just too easy.
He's going to cut that. Spectredawn's completely lost the plot because he's played a couple of push-outs that have been awful.
You just got to decide whether you're going to hit the 3-ball or not, or whether you're going to go to the high side or the low side.
That was a push-out of somebody who's pretty much saying, waving bye-bye to this match.
And he hits the 3 and doesn't come out good, which is going to happen sometimes. And now he'll just play safe. He can thin this 2 and come back down and use the 9 ball.
Overcut it. Yeah, get it to the short rail.
Yep.
Get the cue. This is looking good. This is looking really good. Oh, needs to just, well, it'll do.
Yep, that's a good shot. And you got to give Cobra credit because there was a time when he didn't move very well. He's definitely gotten better at moving. I mean, that's kind of a standard shot and pull.
Wow.
But what used to amaze me is how few guys in VP shot that shot well. And obviously Cobra has practiced it or played enough that he, because he shot it several times today and hit it good pretty much every time. Didn't always get the snooker, but he always hit it good.
Well, that kick there from Spectredawn did everything but go in that 2 ball. But he didn't get away with it. Oh, hang on, no, hang on a minute.
No.
Here we go.
And that shot right there is very easy to overhit. When you're spinning it up and go around the corner, it's very easy to overhit that. And that's what happened there.
Well, here's a lifeline possibly for Spectredawn, albeit just to get to the table and win a rack and get a break. Oh, hang on though. Oh
boy. Well,
this is going to be behind
the love.
It's going to be behind the 5, is it? Or is it still in play?
Nope.
Yeah, he's good.
No love. And that's the other thing is, he hasn't exactly gotten lucky. I wouldn't say that the rolls are like super one-sided. The thing is Cobra's playing so good, there's not a lot of opportunities for rolls. It's not like he's missing balls and rolling safe or something. He just hasn't really missed much.
I've just read that, Popman. Now I know what you're talking about. That's I just play a little arrived in the room. So he's going to be here, and he's going to fall asleep, and the room will be up. Once this match is finished, the room will be up all night because he stays in the room. He'll stay in the room all night. Well, I think Spectredawn, I think he's past the stage where he'll be feeling any pressure now. He's got no excuse.
Oh, I thought Cobra was at the table. I got him confused. This is pretty much do or die here.
Well, he's got to just get up the top half of the table here. That's fairly straightforward enough. You need to get there. See, the thing is, if he'd got there better than that, it'd have been easier just to hold for the 7. Now he's just got more to do. He's going to check this and hold it.
Yeah, he's okay. He got far enough.
Well, we've waited long enough. Are we going to see a Spectredawn roll here? What do you reckon the odds on that are now?
Well, I mean, you never know when the switch is going to go to on. You never know. I mean, I would never count anybody out.
If he could run, if he could run well, he'd need to get the best of the tournament here, I think, to get back in it.
Well, he's got to start breaking better. If he can make balls and start running racks, and here we go again.
I don't think he had any joy, did he?
I don't see any balls down.
Nope. Try again.
His break percentage is going to be awful.
It could be probably one of the worst of the tournament. Nice. Yeah, he was digging down there.
There's a miss.
He was digging down there to avoid the 2 so that he could come into the table. He got that part of it right, but missed the pot because of it.
Yeah, when you jack up like that, you got to be real careful about any English because the ball's going to curve. He may have just got the Q-tip a little off center.
And now he needs to hope he stays there. Whoa. Well, I think I'd be tweaking this a little bit.
He can definitely swerve this around that. And those kind are, this is about the easiest kind of masse you're going to get where you don't have to swerve it much. This is a good shot to practice, kind of get a feel for it. And he didn't get it, but it's a reasonable attempt.
We'll give him the 1 ball, and we'll give him the 2.
Well, he's not going to run into the. I would have run into the 8-9 there, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously you're taking a little chance on how you're going to come out on the 2. He decided not to do that, which is fine. You just deal with it later.
well, you can pot the 3, get to the 4. You're going to have to be tight to the rail to get that 5.
Well, you know, it's all doable. And the thing about this kind of situation is you just play shape on the 7, or you can just play for the safety, or you can play for the shape. And if you don't get it to safety, you just can't play the type of shape where you can snooker yourself. As long as you play position where you know you can't get snookered, then you can always play safe.
Right. Now this is dead straight. He's going to have to pinch it off the jaw to try and get that cue ball out. The end is about. He's brushed the 6. Well,
he needs he's funny here. See, like I would just go 4 rails around the backside and then just hit the 7 up table and pin it on the 9. He's going to try to hold this with inside and get to it.
Yeah.
And I don't like shooting that shot. Now, I think if he rolls far enough, he's got an easy safety, which he has. So I'm pretty sure he's going to play safe here. I mean, he's got a 7-9 combo, but why shoot that crazy shot? Yeah.
Well, Cobra might get lucky here. You never know. Has he got the angle to get to that? No, he hasn't. He hasn't got the angle past the 8 ball, so that's one good part about it.
Yeah, he can spin a little if he wants. Rail. He's going 2 rails here, and that's a nice hit.
This might be horrible. Yeah, I think he's got away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here comes another dink safe. Now the problem with this dink safe is you can leave a kick on this one.
Yeah, this is fiddly. This. Yeah, and that's absolutely awful.
Not only didn't leave a kick, he left a straight in shot.
That is. I mean, he's played 3 safeties tonight that are probably the worst I've seen for a while.
That one was a little tricky.
That was touchy.
But he did play. He did play it the wrong way. But that was a tricky little safe, the way the balls were sitting.
Well, there was for a moment there was a glimmer that Spectredawn was maybe going to find a way out there and try and
one of the things Cobra
recovery.
Does well is that's just a little bit of left, and that's what you want to do on those shots. You don't want to juice it up unless you have to. You play just the right amount.
Well, we've been underway for almost 90 minutes. 90 minutes of torture for Spectredawn, that is.
Well, it's good to get your ass kicked once in a while because it gives you motivation to work on your game.
Well, this I think is also dry. And how's that 1 ball? Yeah, it will go past the 2. 4 balls locked away behind the 6. So, well, he might. I mean, if he's got the angle, he might as well get crazy and bump this 6 and 4 right now and spin into it and hope he's got a shot in the 3. Yeah,
but he does.
And of course, he's going to be unlucky like that. There you go.
He's still okay.
Oh, he has in the 2. I forgot about the 2.
Yeah,
I forgot about the 2.
I remember when Todd was in here, Interchange X, the psychiatrist or psychologist, I don't know what he is, and I said that about losing is the prime motivation to get better. Whoever said that positive reinforcement is the way to go is wrong. He just about melted down.
Well, we've got. I think we're biggest attendance for this tournament. We've got 26 people on YouTube.
Mine says 27.
Well, I'm not including myself because I'm on YouTube watching it on my phone.
Well, how do you know it includes you? Does it include you?
Yes, it does. Yeah. I'm always first in when I start the live stream, so I count as 1 until everybody else starts arriving.
Well, it's looking like Spectredawn's going to get another game here. You would have rather been a little straighter on this 6. It's okay.
Is he going to take his medicine here and leave the cut in this 8? Yeah, he is. That always... Well, he's fine. It's off the rail. But he's got to take the risk and let this run, though, hasn't he? Or is he just going to play it dead weight?
Negative form.
Yeah, it's got to
I'm
run.
not talking about negative reinforcement for your dog. That's definitely negative reinforcement for the dog.
Well, he's giving this 9-ball a good look. Well, here we go. For about the 5th time, or maybe more than that tonight. When's it going to kick in? He's back to square one where he started. And it's just straight on the 1 ball. And same result, I think. Did anything go in there? Something might be missing, is it? No?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so.
Same
and
result.
I wasn't talking about beating your child either, Larry.
Oh, that's the thing I meant. Now that you mentioned that about beating children, I don't know why. Here's a question to ask you guys.
What a segue that is.
Aye, here's something to ask you guys from the States. Right. In your supermarkets, your large supermarkets that you have over there, and you have your big shopping carts, do Americans have a habit of strapping their children into shopping carts?
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
that
they do.
happens a lot. Yeah.
Right. Now, when I was younger, we had shopping trolleys, as we call them over here, when I was younger. And I don't ever remember being thrown into one of them. And I don't remember seeing any kids back in the day being thrown into them either. And the only reason I can think that's become a habit over here is because you're not allowed to give your kid a good kick in the ass to get them to behave. And so what they do now is to stop the kids running into trouble and running around the store, they strap them into the shopping trolley. Whereas back in my day, if I was misbehaving in a supermarket, I would have got my leg slapped, and I certainly wouldn't be misbehaving after it. I'm thinking that's the problem. But it's another American habit that the UK's caught up with, throwing your children into shopping trolleys, and not just one of them at a time, some of them with twins.
We got a lot of single mothers here. You know, if you got a single mother and you don't have anybody to take care of your kids, they're coming to the store with you. You got to eat. The kids got to eat.
Yeah, well, you see, I've come up with a plan for that, Steve. I think every big, large supermarket should have a soundproof booth, double thickness glass, and you throw all your kids into it when you come in, and you get a voucher or a wristband for your kid, and one for you. They both match up, and that way you can abandon them in there, and somebody's responsible for looking after them. You can leave them screaming and bawling and hollering in there.
In this country, that's a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
I think it's a risk well worth taking. I mean, some mornings you've got quadraphonic sound. One kid screaming in one corner of the store, one in the other, one down there, one over there. Why do people bring kids into screaming supermarkets?
Nowadays, if you want to hire somebody like to watch kids, they got to have 3 college degrees.
Yeah. Plus, they'll have to have been vetted by various authorities nowadays as well.
Oh yeah, they need to be vetted by the CIA over here.
Well, Spectredawn has got a problem here. He's trying to play the little delicate combo, played it nicely, and now he's got room to get out of there.
He is making a little bit of a run here.
Well, now what does he do?
That's tough, Slim, working with John Q. Public. The only thing worse than probably being in the store is being a waiter or waitress.
He's checked that up to hold it dead weight, played it well. Well, he's got himself a wee bit straight. There is a slight angle.
He can just roll this, I think.
Yeah, probably just dump this into the side pocket, yeah.
So it's going to be 15-8, and it's still a long ways back, but it looks a lot better than it did a couple minutes ago.
Larry says too many Karens these days. Now, what's that a euphemism for?
Oh, you don't know about Karens?
I'm not
you
getting.
Must have those in Scotland.
That one hasn't travelled the Atlantic, or maybe it is over here, but in a different form. You need to explain it to me. What's a Karen? Is that a single mother?
No, it's just women that like to tell you what to do. They're demanding and bitchy.
I thought
over entitled.
I thought that was every woman.
And they have to be white, because if they were black, then that would be a racist term. So they got to be white.
Isn't that all women should go? He's in the same wavelength as me. I thought that was just a norm.
Don't let the wife hear you saying that, coldest beef.
Oh, here, hang on a minute. 139 combo, is it? This will be tough.
Now, this is one that would be hard to miss.
Oh no, he's played the 8
another way
instead. Yeah. That'll do. Well,
we get the comeback is on. What is that? 4 in a row for him, wasn't it? 15-5 at one point.
Well, we'll say nothing yet. Once he gets the double figures, it'll look better for him.
What do you mean we'll say nothing? I already just said something.
Yeah, I'm saying nothing. I'm staying well out of it.
Oh, no. Well, at least he didn't leave a hanger.
Yeah, you know that there's a bit of truth in that, Mark. Now that you say it, because we had training in the store. We had training, and it was to do with behaviour of kids in the store. Now the thing is, in truth, you don't know if a kid has behavioural problems, right? So you could put your foot right in it, and you know if you say to the parent, bloody look after your kids, and if a kid's walking about screaming. You could really offend the parent by saying, control your kid. Oh, well, my kid's got autism, my kids get this wrong with them. They're OCD or all of this crap. Whereas, years ago, Steve, there wasn't such thing as autism and OCD. There was a good kick in the ass and you behaved yourself. That's the way it was in my day.
It was more like that. But, I wasn't a good kid. So when I was a kid, they couldn't decide whether to put me in the class for the gifted kids or the class for the bad kids. I'd alternate. They'd move me to one, they'd move me back to the other.
Oh, dear. We've got
I was both of those things.
I mean, you shouldn't laugh at these things. You shouldn't laugh at the afflicted. But we've got one guy that comes in. He's got a carer with him. And you don't know he's in the store, right? You don't know this guy's in the store, but you could be at the other end of the store, like 500 yards away, because we're a big store. And then suddenly you'll hear, woo! And then two or 3 seconds go by, and then you'll hear, woo! Then you know he's in the store, because he's that's all he does, the poor guy.
Cobra better watch it. I mean, he just gave this rack back to Spectredawn. I mean, you got to play safe. You got to run out. You got to do something. You don't want to give it back when the guy's, this is how you make the guy feel good about his game, and the guy starts playing good.
There's a bit of truth in that as well, Slim. We're all special needs, one way or another. Now, what happened there? I didn't see anything go.
No, it's unbelievable how bad he's broken. So Cobra absolutely needs to run out here. And this is like, stop the bleeding.
Yeah, it might, it might actually reverse you. This is where the reverse psychology comes into it, because Cobra's seen Spectredawn get to that double figure mark, and he's 5 in front still, but he's feeling a bit of a pinch here to get this rack done.
I think he's going to need to hit this one, go around the corner. Now, this is where a good player understands this, like Cobra has, and he's not afraid to shoot that shot. A lot of players
Good.
that aren't at his level would have played some kind of cinch shot or some bullshit shot and got funny on the 2 and been in trouble.
Who's Ric Flair, Slim?
Is that your alter ego?
I've never heard of Ric Flair. Is he a wrestler? It sounds like a wrestler or something like that. Right, so top side of the 6 into the side. Presumably the 7 goes past the 8. Well, it does. He's got half a pocket for the 7 ball on that side. Have I never seen? No, I've never watched. I've never watched WWE. I mean, I know who Hulk Hogan was and Andre the Giant, but that's about it. What's that, Rob?
Ric Flair was the Hulk Hogan of a lesser wrestling organization before he went to the WWE.
All right.
That was his signature thing to do on TV was woo. He was famous for it.
Well, he's a bit short. But he's on the he got to the other side of it to make the 7 ball easy. It might have been better to actually take his medicine and just get good in the 7 and played it and cheated the pocket.
Well, this doesn't look like where you want to be.
No, it wasn't. He decided he didn't fancy leaving the tight 7 ball and he got to himself here, so...
I'll tell you what, Slim is a wealth of knowledge.
Watch
he
this
knows
cue ball.
A lot of stuff that I do not.
Watch this cue ball. He's going to spin around the corner.
Well, he's still okay. That was fortunate there.
Yeah, I'm a wealth of knowledge as well. Most of it useless.
Well, I mean, knowing about wrestlers, that's not useless. So, Slim, if you know wrestlers, then there's a real famous guy that I went to high school with, Sting. I went to high school with Sting.
Did you really?
Yeah, he played basketball. He's a year behind me. His name is Steve Borden. And yeah, he became famous. I don't watch wrestling. My brother goes, "Oh, yeah, Steve Borden. Yeah, he's Sting." I'm like, "What?"
Oh my God, did he ever get famous? He started in the lesser wrestling organization, same as Ric Flair. When they both moved over to the what was the WWF, and they had to change it because of whatever WWF was, and then they changed it to WWE.
Well, is that kind of sad that the most famous guy out of my high school was Sting?
The only Sting I know, obviously, is Sting.
You guys don't watch wrestling over there.
No.
Steve, do you feel like you might have got cheated and get no notoriety that they should have?
Well, no. He deserves everything he got. He made a big name for himself.
Funny enough, when he started, he was the good guy. He was top notch, by the books, everything. And at the end of his career, he was the Dark Knight, the bad guy.
Wow, look at that shot. What a great shot that was.
Well, now there might be rumblings. There might be rumblings happening here if Spectredawn can put this away and get going.
Yeah, I think he almost has to go forward here. He doesn't have to, but if he's going to not go forward, he needs to stun over below the side pocket and spin it up. He's going to go forward, which I think is the best choice. Did he hit it? He's good enough.
He's good.
Yep.
I'm all for the underdog. I like to see him win a 6-pack here and get right back in it and make it a match.
Well, he's got one big problem.
I don't know. He's gonna have to make balls on the break.
Yeah, that's his big problem. The break's crap today.
He's capable of running the tables, but the break,
it can always come good at the right time. Coming good at the right times.
I know
always
the feeling. I played playoffs yesterday, Steve. I broke like 4 times. Never made a ball.
Yeah, missing balls in a
And
break.
is this on a bar table, Rob?
Yes.
You definitely were struggling.
Yeah. Not making balls on a bar table is really bad.
Of course, now all our bars switched to diamond tables too. So
Yeah, I like diamond bar tables.
The whole 7-ball. Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Try
Well, let's
again.
see. I think he may kick at this one. I think he may just go ahead and kick at this.
if y'all noticed, Spectre is moving from right to left. Yeah. Cobra's breaking from the center nearly every time. He's had more balls from the center than anywhere else.
Why is Cobra's why is he not going up and down?
Cobra's cut breaking, and Spectredawn's been not cut breaking.
Why is he not going up and down? This is a big target. Look at this one ball. It's a big target. Why is he not kicking it in?
I don't know. I would definitely kick at it.
Right, Cobra's cut breaking from the center of the box.
He's going to push and maybe try to get Spectredawn to do something. He's probably going to get this back.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's not a good shot. Spectredawn's going to cut this ball in.
Yeah, he's going to.
I mean, this is not a hard shot for a guy that shoots like Spectredawn. The ball's off the rail. I mean, there's no problem making this.
The worst that can happen here is he'll have some sort of combo with the 2 onto the 7. That's probably the worst thing that can happen.
Well, I can think of worse things, but chances are that's not what's going to happen.
Spectre cut this shot in about 3 racks ago.
I might be right. I might be right, Steve. Is he going to cut this in the side and bump the 5?
No, he'll shoot the 7, I think.
There you go. Commentator's eye again.
So,
now, good luck with the 4 ball, though.
I like shooting this with inside and go on 2 rails around the corner. So hit it with right English and kind of go past the 5 and take it end rail, long rail, and come down.
Yeah, like that. I know where you're coming from, Steve. Oh.
What's he doing?
What the hell is happening here? I don't understand that at all.
This choice. That's a terrible choice.
I mean, why did he not see what you were talking about, Steve? You know, you get it spinning around the corner.
I've been bragging how good this guy runs out, and then he doesn't shoot a shot that's really not that difficult. I mean, the speed control can be a little touchy.
And the back ain't going. And now he's going to get. Is he going to get cover behind the 8? I think he's going to get cover. Wow.
He had a really good shot at the 9.
That is the weirdest choice of shot I've seen from him. I would love to hear what his explanation was for that. But anyway, he has got away with it. Welcome to Jose.
Oh, Jose's here. Hey, Jose.
Sorry we don't have subtitles, Jose. Well, obviously the kick in the back of the 4's dangerous because you can scratch. But he's hit it well.
Oh, that's no good.
But he's not going to get any joy.
Spectredawn is still alive. I mean,
how does this 6-ball look? Well, the 6-ball's wide open, so there's no issue.
He's going to win a game here he doesn't deserve.
No, I mean, if ever a truer word was said, that was it. I mean, there's no way he should have been getting out of here. He got a lucky roll. But when you're 15 or 16, 11 behind, you'll take whatever the hell you can get, good or bad or ugly. Winning ugly is what you want to be doing from here on in if you can.
Oh, this is short.
Yeah, he's going to chip off that 9-ball.
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, it just makes it a little harder. You would think he'd run it all the way back down.
Well, you think if he's just going to chip it soft, he's going to roll out and he's still going to have an 8-ball into the side. Well, he's hit it hard. And now he's in that no man's land bit.
Yeah, and the 9 is funny. And I would have thought he would have hit that easy and played the 8 on the side.
Yeah, this has suddenly become a lot more challenging than it probably should have been.
Yeah, I mean, the 9 will cut in the side, but you'd have to hold it. I might jack up and stun this and run into the 9 here. That's probably what I'd do. Is just jack up a little and hit it with speed and run into it, just like that.
That's going to go dead, I think, is it? Oh.
He's okay. He's got a cut at it.
Well, he's not going to be dumb and scratch off this. He knows that.
It was a pretty good recovery. Yeah, I mean, this this shot, that's the main thing you got to think about. It's not that hard to make it, but you got to make sure you don't put the cue ball in a corner pocket.
Yeah, he's well away from that.
He managed to hold it and go straight up and down.
Well, how many times have we been saying this tonight? We're waiting and the break and run's happening. We're still waiting, Spectredawn. I wonder if he can hear me.
Yeah, Cobra just says, you know, Cobra should have won this match by now.
Then he's changed his mind. He's gone straight down the middle. Went to the right side. And same result this time. No joy. And the other bad news is, oh, hang on, the 7 might have came to the rescue.
It did.
Well, it's dead on for a combo.
Yeah,
Billiard on
I
the
don't know
8.
if he's going to shoot that. We'll see whether he decides to. I like the billiard better because I think that's an easier shot, but we'll just see what he decides to do.
That's a good theory, Slim. Now, what's he doing here?
I you know, it's really mainly speed. Hit the one ball so it goes straight down the table, and you're going to come back up for the side or the corner.
Oh,
He
you're trying
decides
to
to
nail
play
him.
safe. And I'll tell you what, he made that safe look easy. It wasn't as easy as he made it look. That was a touchy little kind of stun draw there.
I'll tell you something else that could have backfired big time there, because that could have billiarded off the 3 and went into the hole, that one ball.
Yeah, that was a very nice save.
Oh, that was so
pretty
close.
Good kick attempt. Yep, very close.
Well, you
got to give Cobra credit for shooting that kind of safety shot. That's not an easy safety shot in this situation. I mean, you got to give him credit for that. That was a well played shot under pressure.
Well, the next shot to follow this too is the most important one in the rack, clearly, because that 4 ball needs to get bumped.
You really didn't want to be on the rail because it's going to limit what you can do.
Yeah, he can only roll forward. He's going to leave a high cut. I don't think he's going to have any shot in this 4.
Well, he needs to roll down more, not less. And that's not really quite enough. I mean, he's going to have to spin this one. I mean, you could play for the combo, but I don't like that. No, he's going to have to put a bunch of right English on this to spin over it between the 9 and 4, and then this makes the speed harder to get right too.
I hope to get right in there. Got the hit.
He decides to just run into it.
Well, will it do? Has he got it? He has. Yeah.
That's the problem with running into it, is you can come out bad. You're always better if you can play, you know, in the gap. But I know why he did it, because I think he felt like the speed was going to be tough.
Well, wow. That used all of the pocket and all the rails.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to say this might sort of ease any nerves that Cobra might have, bearing in mind that Spectredawn's still 4 racks behind and about to go 5.
Well, you know, Cobra, it's not that Cobra made tons of mistakes. He made enough mistakes, and he had a lot of funny positions and funny tables, and he just, you know, he didn't handle them well in some situations, and you can go, well, you know, this was kind of funny angle, or this was this or that, but the bottom line is that you got to figure out how to get some of those games won if you got a big lead. He's going to go forward and make this a little easier. Only thing could go wrong is side pocket, and I don't think he's dumb enough to hit it that hard.
Well, it could also be the fact that Spectredawn has already played his last shot in the match tonight. We're about to find that out.
Well, I'm sure after this he's going to go practice his break, and if he listens to the stream, he'll understand that he needs to practice his break on the beach house table.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I said, well, it's all very well going to practice his break, but is he going to practice it in the right table? You know, he might get that idea in his head that he might have to work that. Well, if he watches the stream played back, then he'll already have that idea.
Well, it's worth watching the streams, at least when I'm commentating, because once in a while I say something worth listening to. The other 99% of it's just a bunch of rubbish, but once in a while.
Well, here we go. Cobra now with the push out. Now again.
Yeah.
Well, I think Spectredawn's going to cut this.
It's not a terrible push, but the shot here is to put it on the 4-ball.
No, he's going to either cut this or bank it onto the 8. One of the two. He ain't going to hang about.
It's a tough shot because it's hard to control where the 2-ball goes. I wouldn't do that.
He looks as if he's cutting it.
He is.
Now he's guessing where the 2 is going to end up. He's going to have a shot though.
Yeah, he got away with it.
Not easy. This is the Albinario 6-ball cut that he preferred to leave. Remember that one? Yeah, everybody should. So should Albinario.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the stub shot, shooting at that one. It's a little bit of a shoot and hope.
Now, here's an interesting thing as well. Albinario hasn't been in tonight, or if he is, he's staying quiet. But the interesting thing is, doesn't this send a message to both of these players? Whoever wins this match, Albinario's not worried. He doesn't have to come in to see how these two guys are doing. He doesn't care what one of them he has to play. He'll take them out.
He could just be working.
Or he could just be busy. I like to go down the psychology route. You know, he doesn't need to worry about who he's going to play. He doesn't need to show up.
It's more like the conspiracy theory route, I think. Come on, Slim. What's your conspiracy theory? I know you got one.
Well, Spectredawn is still alive. There's still the chance to run to that finishing line. This is where it gets exciting because it still might happen. You know, there's still a possibility.
Well, he needs to keep Cobra from getting on the hill. That's a critical thing at this stage.
Oh, I'll get excited if he starts rolling them in. I'll tell you. Oh, he's just up a wee bit too much. Just a wee bit too much, but he's no way he's missing this.
No, he's not going to miss this. You know, that's one of the differences between these guys and a player like Matt. Matt's been missing too many balls. I mean, Matt's capable of playing pretty good pool. He just got to get rid of some of the misses.
Oh, first of all, he's got a ball. Secondly, he's on the one. Look at the table. He's out. Here it comes, boys. Here comes Spectredawn. Get ready for some action.
Slim, you might have had it backwards. He might have been playing initially and was letting his nephew finish the set.
Oh, hang on a minute. He's absolutely rod straight on this 2-ball. Oh, that needs to slow up. This is getting ugly very quickly. Oh,
he's okay. And that shot's easy to overhit. Yeah. He overhit a little.
Well, this is not easy. I still say these are not easy.
I mean, I don't care how good you are. When you spin the cue ball up, then speed's going to get harder. Oh boy, that was well hit.
That was well done.
The distance he had to run when he spun the ball.
Right through with the shot as well.
Yeah, he hit that like he meant it. I tell you what, when you're playing in real life and you see a guy hit a ball like that, and you know that this guy means it.
He means business.
Play.
Yeah.
That was a strong shot.
Yeah, that might be just sending a little message to Cobra.
Well, you've got to give Spectredawn credit for playing a lot better the latter half of the match, and you've got to question Cobra for not winning some of those games he probably should have.
And another ball has gone. I heard it fall. Where's the 1-ball going?
Well, he's got a ball down, so you can play safe. And this is where, he needs to... I think he can take this 1-2 rails to the end cushion and kind of rub off the 9 and go behind the 7.
Why is he looking at the angle in this 1-ball? What's he thinking of doing?
I don't like... That's a terrible shot.
Yeah.
And he just He just isn't sure how to move. I thought the shot there was take the one ball up table, rub off the 9, use the 7 or the 4.
Well, of course, he's left Cobra far too close to the one ball with far
Yeah,
too
it's
many
too
options.
close, and this is too easy.
Oh, hang
Well,
on a
he
minute,
didn't get
though.
it, though.
Hang on a minute. Well, now what do you do when you're in Spectredawn's situation? You've just played a bad push out. You've got a cut and a one up the table here.
He's going to shoot it.
Yeah, and you're on the 3 unless you hook yourself behind the 8 or something.
I mean, that's the decision-making process is pretty easy. I don't play safe very good. I shoot great.
Yeah.
I got a shot. What
Just
am I
go
going to do?
Yeah, you know, go for it. You might as well go for it. No point in trying to come up with a decent safety here. There's a 3 ball there waiting to be potted if you can get this one.
I'll be shocked if he doesn't shoot at this. Even for Spectre, this is not a hanger.
That's well done.
Oh, maybe it is. And now
the cue balls were gone loose.
He's going to have to cut this to the left, but that's the way you'd almost want to go anyways. Even if it was shorter, dealing with a 5 ball kind of sucks.
Well, he's looking at the angle.
Yeah, he's got problems. 9 ball, 7 ball. I mean, he's, you know, if you want to shoot this the right way, you run the cue ball between the 9 and the 7.
Yeah, and
off the rail.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're going to miss this, you want to overcut this 3.
Yeah, it's just, you know, as soon as you start putting right English on this, it starts making a shot a little touchier. But I would shoot this and try to go between the 9 and the 7. If you ran into the 9, as long as you're on the right side of it, you're okay.
Is he still looking at the cut into the other corner? Let's have a look. Yeah,
no, he's gonna cut this. Let's see how he decides to move the cue ball. He's putting inside on this, so this is. I would not shoot it this way.
That's going to come wide open. Yeah.
Well,
he actually got it too good because it stayed in the pocket. You know, if you're going to miss it, you want to overcut that, but.
Well, I thought that shot was way easier putting right English on it. He tried to hold it with left, and it just makes the pot even harder.
There's a window to get into, and Cobra's not chancing his arm. He's making sure he's in the window.
Yeah, that's a smart play. And now, is he going to try to run into the 6 ball, or is he going to do something with the cue ball? He may just hit this easy and roll out to the middle of the table.
See,
I think he can.
Running into the 6 ball could have a problem because he could come off half side of the 6 ball and end up behind the 8.
He's just going to chip it in and get perfect. Well, this is looking a lot like Hill 14, which is going to be rough. I mean, it's going to get to the point where Spectredawn has to run a bunch of racks when he gets a chance. Heck, he may not even get back to the table.
No. Well, it would be definitely classed as a sensational finish if he managed to get a break and run what he needs to get out.
Well, he certainly runs out well enough to do it if he can break well for a few games, but he's got to get to the table, and there's no guarantee of that at this point.
Well, he's got to go up and down. Doesn't want to land on top of the 9. And at this angle, there's no way he should be. There's no way he should be doing that. Yeah, I think the pace is perfect.
Well done.
Perfect. So Cobra, 1 away.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to make a ball on the break and get a shot here.
I think he wants to get this done. The sweaty palms will kick in if he can't get. Well, he's got a ball and he's going to have a shot if the 2 ball stays out of the way. And then again, he's going to have to play the combo. Yeah, I mean, it's sitting a little funny as far as the cue ball. I think he can soft draw this. I'm not sure. It will be interesting to see how he decides to play this. Well, does he play it really soft? Because this 1 ball wants to come back across the top of the 5, doesn't it? It's just a funny angle. He's got a funny angle on the 1. Well, he's drawing off it to try and Well, he's,
Yep, and he holds
I
the
mean,
cue ball and does it very well. That was
yeah,
a nice shot there.
the one ball didn't get on top of the 5. He's
Yep,
just
very
sitting
good choice.
And the fact that he's sitting good now and sitting good in the 3 with a nice angle to come out for the 4, this is all over, folks.
Yeah, the only thing that could save Spectredawn at this point is a fur ball.
Well, we'll look at the stats at the end of the match. So just a stun, hold the cue ball. Actually, just like a stun and roll through. Well, you can jab this in as well, just to get the cue ball out off the rail. Now, how's that 9-ball sitting? Is it tight?
It's got
No,
a little
it's
room.
fine.
And that's a smart play there. That's a good angle to just come down on the wide side of the 9-ball.
So, 2 hours and 5 minutes for this match. A match that Cobra never, not Cobra, Spectredawn never really got rolling. There was a glimmer of a semblance of something happening, but that quickly got extinguished. So Cobra is through. Well done to him. And of course, for all those people on that one-loss side, you've got company. Spectredawn's coming over to join you. Let's have a look at the stats. It might be interesting for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine Spectredawn's breaks will look very in the stats.
Spectredawn and Cobra. And take that away, and he's there. Break stats. Look at that, unbelievably bad. Spectredawn 0.4. Cobra's averaging a ball a break in the break. Runouts in break 6.
78 versus 30%.
Yeah,
that's
I mean that's
the
story
whole match.
The story of it there. Racks run 7 overall for Cobra, 4 for Spectredawn, and the rest is history. So, not good reading if you're Spectredawn, but like we always say, you know, if you end up going to the one-loss side, you'll have that bad match that puts you there, and he's had his bad match. Surely his break cannot be as bad as that for the rest of the tournament. So that's what's left.
He broke poorly and he got outmoved, and that's a combination that's hard to overcome.
We've got Larry and Bedhead on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. British Summer Time, 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. If we look at the bracket, on the winner side, we'll have confirmation that we now have a hot seat match, and that is between Albinario and Cobra, the old enemies again. Cobra's biggest nemesis. He's going to have to face him again. And on the loser's side of the bracket, if we go from top to bottom there, we now have Matt MC Clarkey, All England affair, against Semi-Pro. And
that'll be a good one.
The bottom half, we have Larry, of course, with the bedhead match. And the winner of that, Spectredawn, lies in wait. So everything is a killer match now, whoever they are. Whether it be
Larry Bedhead should be good too. I'll be looking forward to those.
Everything's good. So I will be here Wednesday. So I hope you can all join us. Unlucky to Spectredawn, it was really poor in his break. There's always the next time. And Cobra will be glad that he's through. I don't know whether he's going to be that glad that he's going to have to overcome Albinario again. So,
hey, you know, it's just step up to the challenge. I mean, he played a very good match this match. You know, I mean, the only thing I would say is he kind of let Spectre back in a little, but Other
Well,
than that, it was a super well played match by
I think the
Cobra.
fascinating thing is though, if you look at Albinario all this tournament, I don't think he's really had a bad match in terms of breaking. I think he's broke pretty well, and I think he's averaged more than a ball on the break in each of his matches, pretty much. So Albinario, if he keeps up that standard, that's certainly going to apply the pressure to Cobra, and Cobra's going to have to match him as far as that goes. So
it's going to be a good one.
Well, that is what just 9:10 my time, so it's time for bed. So thanks to Steve, thanks to Rob for his contribution, thanks to everybody else. Hope you enjoyed it.
Good night, guys.
That will be 1 p.m. Central Time for those who live in the Central Time.
Yeah, if you live in that obscure time zone in the States, Central Time, that'll be the time. Right, thanks, Rob.
Hugh, you might not realize how many people live in the Central Time Zone that play this game.
Right, in fact, Larry's one of them, is he not? He lives out.
Larry does,
Yeah, he lives out in the Midwest somewhere. Right, that's
Nebraska,
it, chaps. See you later, and good night. Take care.